TMZ Studios in Dallas, Texas.
Turn me up.
It's the Redboi Radio Show.
You forgot your boarding pass.
Can we all get along? Can we get along?
In the above entitled action, find the defendant Orenthal James Simpson not guilty of
The more problems we see.
Now this is a story.
You can't touch this.
Did I do that?
This is the Redboi Radio Show. Content and conversations for the culture, mixed with classics.
Hey, what's going on, my beautiful people? Let me welcome you to another edition of the award-winning Redboi Radio Show. I am your host, Mr. Redboi, and this is definitely content and conversations for the culture mixed with some classics. Family, I hope y'all doing well today. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. And if you've been riding with your boy for the last 6 years that I've been doing this radio thing / podcast thing, I sure appreciate you. I have officially dubbed y'all the Redheads. You feel me? Thanks for the love, y'all, and I hope that as I'm doing this, I can give that love right back to you, all right? We got a great show today, fam. Of course, let me look across the room and introduce you to my co-pilot of this here ship. Her name is Miss Anjelie B in the building. How are you? You are on time. Tell him again, you are on time.
Barely, but I made it.
That's okay. We got to deal with this Dallas traffic. You know how it gets. How was your week or the past 2 weeks, if you will?
Always good. Any day I wake up above ground, I'm good. I'm
good. I see you got your hair did.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh, Lord. It don't be like this long, y'all. It don't be like this long.
Is that right? And I know you took another vacation. You've just been moving around, moving and shaking.
I just went to Galveston. Yeah.
Galveston. Okay, that's what I was finna say. I seen you in the water by the beach. So
I'll be back tomorrow in Houston.
You going back again?
Going back.
You always on the move.
All my friends that get married but me, they forgot. I'm like, okay.
Well, you just retired. Wow. It's a perfect time to do it. I waited till I retired to get married. So, just saying. but it's all good.
You must be being born or something.
Being born.
Being born. Oh, man.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. Do what you got to do.
Wow.
All right, of course, family. Also in the building today, fam, we got a special guest with us. This man has been grinding, and he's doing this thing, fam, and he just recently won a Best Guest Actor Award at the what is this again? This is a 12th annual Indie Series Award in Burbank, California, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all got to give it up for my man who was an actor and an author as well.
Yeah.
And athlete. I'll say that too. Can I add that in there too?
Add that.
I can add that too.
Yeah, that's a hidden talent that not many people know about. So you can add it though.
Man, y'all give it up for my man Draper Wynston in the building.
What's going on?
Not much, my brother. How you feeling today, man?
Man, I'm feeling well. Man, it's Friday. Man, it's been an amazing week. So, man, things are going well, man. I cannot complain. So, man, I'm excited to be here. Thank y'all for having me.
That's what's up, man. How the family doing, man?
Everybody is doing well. You know, at this point in life, man, we are adulting, raising kids, working and having careers and just, learning life and teaching life, if you will.
Yeah.
So, man, that's what it's like now.
I hear you, man. Well, I know we're going to get into it later, man, but definitely congratulations on the award, man.
Thank you.
I will get into that more, but like I said,
okay.
I've been watching, man. You've been doing your thing, man, and it's good to see good people.
Appreciate it.
You know what I mean? Keep moving forward as they, try to perfect their craft, man. So it's a wonderful thing. And I know today I was looking at the website, and I've seen you in a couple plays. You know what I mean? And you've been that dude, been cool. But I looked at that reel today. I saw a different Draper man come out, man, and I'm like, wait a minute. I saw a woman whip your ass, dog. I wasn't ready for that,
man. Yeah, man. That was a first. Now, let me say this. Now let me say this.
Right.
I have getting slapped. Always, for some reason, I'm the one that gets slaps in plays and different films. I'm the one that's getting slapped. Well, this time, she gets the best of me. Like we have this fight scene in there in this movie, and man, she kicks my butt, man. She kicks my tail, and she's smaller than me.
Yeah,
she's smaller than me in the film, but man, she has the skills and she shows them, and it happens. And I'm like, but why it always got to happen to me? Right, my characters always got to be the one to get slapped or beat up.
Right, I wasn't.
You got
ready.
good in pain acting skills.
I guess so.
Yeah, she went off. She pretty much entered the Matrix on you, bro.
She did.
She did. And I wasn't ready for it. And I was like, wait a minute, because I've never seen that side.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I like it, man. Yeah, that was a good. But again, man, you've been doing your thing, man. We appreciate you coming through, man.
For sure.
We definitely
Thank y'all for having me.
let the audience get to know exactly who you are as we move forward. So, family, of course, y'all know how we doing this. If you're out there, some of you all will be joining us on our Facebook Live and our YouTube Live. So while you are tuning into that, please feel free to leave a comment, a shout out, or what have you, and we'll make sure we give that love to you or get your question answered if you actually have one. All right. So y'all just keep it locked right here. We're going to go and get things started. Like I said, this is Content and Conversations for the Culture, the Redboi Radio Show. Let's go back to late 80s, early 90s with some guy I like. Y'all keep it locked. It's the Redboi Radio Show. Let's go.
From Dallas, Fort Worth to around the globe, it's the Redboi Radio Show.
All right, my family, we are back. Again, this is the Redboi Radio Show, content and conversations for the culture. I am your man, Redboi. Got my co-host, Anjelie, in the building as well. And, of course, we got our special guest, Mr. Draper Wynston, is in the building. Again, family, he is an award-winning actor. I'm going to make sure I throw that in front every time from now on.
Man, that is so weird to hear.
I would put it on a purse string.
It is so weird to hear. It's so weird to hear.
Man,
know?
I hear. So I gotta know, man. As you're sitting there in the audience, and you know you're hearing all the nominees.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming you're thinking, okay, one of them. I don't know how does it feel? You being there. Did you expect your name to be called? You did a good enough work to say, you know what, they might call my name today.
Well, I felt like, okay, for me to get nominated, obviously it was something.
Yeah.
And so at that point, I was kind of like, man, well, at this point, you know, if I'm nominated with all these other people, these are some daytime Emmy award winning series that I'm up against. And so I'm like, well, at this point, it's, you know, hey, let's throw it up there to God and let's hope for the best, you know. And so I'm sitting there and they're going through the nominations. And at this point, I'm just excited. And I'm so excited that I don't even realize it's my category. Like, I have to ask the director that's sitting in front of me, Jared Couch. I said, hey, man, what category is this? He was like, man, it's yours, Draper. I was like, oh, okay. All right, cool. So then at that point, man, I turned into a nervous wreck, you know, because it's like you want to win, you know, because I'm a competitor and plus I want to win. But then it's also like if I don't win, I want to be happy for the other nominees. So I have the program in my hand and I'm squeezing the program. I'm shaking. My leg is shaking and everything, you know, and so they read it off and they say, you know, winner best guest actor, Draper Wynston. I'm like, that's me. Okay. All right. And so I'm sitting at the top of the audience, sitting in the auditorium. And I walk down and I'm a fumbling, mumbling mess, man. I take my phones, the program and everything. And I'm like, I won. So
you took it with you to the stage?
I took it with me to the stage. And so I'm standing on the stage with my phones. And so I'm trying to hold the trophy so I don't drop it. And I finally put it up there and I say my speech and, you know, and I was like, well, I don't want to forget anybody. So I was like, let me cover my bases. Let me cover God, my wife, the cast, and thank the committee for the ISA. So I was like, all right, as long as I got that, then I think I'll be okay. But I was not expecting to win. Yeah. But, man, it was such an amazing feeling to win.
Wow.
That's cool. Yeah, because I thought they told them beforehand, you know, psst.
Oh,
you gotta be here. Yeah,
you gotta be. We need you here.
Yeah.
you need to be here. You might get something.
You might get something. Yeah, I don't know for the other award shows, but I think this one was a total surprise for each and every single winner, and I think that's what made it, what it was, and how fun. I mean, each winner you could see the excitement. In their faces, you could hear the excitement in their acceptance speeches when they won. It was like, oh wow, this is a big deal because what a lot of people don't want to say is how big the award show is. And you don't know that until you get there. Man, there were Tony Award winners there from Broadway. Wow. There were Daytime Emmy Award winners, you know, and there were soap opera, you know, legends that were there. And so when you start to hear that, you're like, oh my goodness, okay, this is much bigger than what I had even thought that it was. And so you embrace it and you just enjoy it.
Cool.
I can't imagine walking in there and actually sitting down. This is the table that's being prepared for me.
Man,
you know what I mean? Yeah, because I'm around all these folks. Like, is this what this feels like?
Exactly, and that was what it was. It was like this is what it feels like. You know, for what you work for, as you say, what we grind for, what you put in that work for each and every day is for moments like that. You know, and so to be recognized way out in L.A., which in the acting world is considered, you know, like the mecca of acting, you know, for film anyways. And so to be recognized out there amongst those guys, it's like, okay, I think I'm on the right track. Yeah.
Now, at a time when you figured out, when you first got that notification that you had been nominated, was it always an idea, I'm going to go ahead and go because I might, or just, I'm just go, just enjoy and be in the seat? Because I know a lot of times I've seen folks who were nominated for particular awards, especially actors here in Dallas, and we got plenty. Y'all need to show some love to these Dallas actors and actresses, I'm telling you. But I know a lot of them, sometimes they will see an award show go to another state, and they're like, they don't show because they don't feel like they may or may not be worthy based on the competition that they have. Was it ever a thought in your mind, like, you know what, I'll just stay back here and enjoy from afar? And
man, it wasn't a thought. Man, once I got that nomination, man, everything was booked.
Yeah. And just the experience of it all. Whether I got my
Exactly.
name called or whatever, that just had to be. I'd have been starstruck anyway. I've been trying to take selfies with everybody.
But yeah, that's what it was. It was the, like she said, it was the experience for me. So it was like the moment that I got nominated, I was like, you know what? I'm gone. I'm booking. I mean, I booked my hotel, flight, and everything within a matter of 2 days. Wow. And I was like, man, I'm going. And so it was about Wash was up for 8 nominations. For 8 different categories. And so it was about 8 of us that went. Mm-hmm. And so we was like, man, we're going. You know, and whether or not we came back with something, it was the experience. Yeah. It was the experience. We're in LA amongst all these creatives, the Daytime Emmy Award winners and Tony. And so it's like getting that energy and that creative energy. Man, it makes you hungry. It makes you want to go do it again.
Yeah, so how many of y'all won for that
I was the only one that won.
Oh, wow.
Really?
That's even, whoa.
I was the only one that won. Yeah, I was the only one that won. And there were some other categories that I feel Wash should have won. Yeah. Some of the actors that were in there, actresses that were in there, that were nominated, I feel they should have won. I feel they should have won. And that's not being biased. I just think, I just think that they should have won based upon the talent, So it happens.
It happens.
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah. So let me ask you this because some of us will probably never get that experience, right? So now you're at the podium, and now instead of you mentioning people in the room, now you're looking at them.
Oh man!
From the podium, not to present an award, but to receive one for your work. Yeah. For the work you put in. Yeah. How did that feel? Looking amongst those your peers and saying, "Hey, it's me now. It's my turn."
Man. At first, it is nerve-wracking. Right? Because you won and you're still trying to take in the fact that you won. That you won. And then everybody's looking at you. There's one podium. And so everybody is looking at you give this speech. And so the first few lines, I was nervous as heck. And then I just kind of settled in and, and just went from there. But it's everybody looking like right at you.
Yeah, because it's a little bit different from film where you got lines and you got cameraman and stuff versus everybody automatically looking at you.
Exactly.
Well, you got that from plays too, but I guess you can't see them.
Right. See, in plays, right, when you're on stage, like you really, if you haven't been on stage, you really can't see the audience. Yeah. You can see maybe the first few rows. Right. But you really can't see the audience the further you go back, and you just see, the stage lights. Right. And so they really don't bother you. And so, and then even on stage, most of the time you're on set with other people. And so it's not just you. Right. When it's just you, it's just a whole different type of thing. So I envy and applaud those comedians when it is just them up on stage and nobody else that can save them. So I felt a little bit of that because it was just me.
Right. And everybody looking at you.
And everybody's looking at me.
You're the winner. You're that guy.
Yeah.
You're the best.
Yeah, but somewhere it kicked in and said, oh, I'm supposed to be here.
It did. It did. It was about halfway through that speech. I was like, oh, y'all finna get this speech.
This is where I'm supposed to be at.
I got this trophy in my hand. Y'all about to get this speech.
Yeah, I earned this.
Yeah.
All the hard work I put in.
Right.
I got you, man. That must have been one of a feeling, man. How did the wife receive it, man?
Oh, man, I called her after it. And what was so funny was that I got to experience everything that I prayed for, right? So I experienced, the cast and crew celebrating with me. Yeah. And then I got the chance to give an acceptance speech. And so you prepare, but you don't really prepare. But I got a chance to give the acceptance speech. So then they take you backstage, and then you got to do all these press pictures that you got to do. So I got to experience all of that. So I'm like back there holding the trophy. I'm halfway crying and stuff. Stuff is just going on. I call my wife, and she's just like, oh, my gosh. She's just screaming and everything. Yeah. And so because they were watching the live cast. And so, they were watching the live cast. And so I guess she stepped away the moment that they called my name. Wow.
It'd be like,
she stepped away the moment that they called my name. Right. And so I had to explain to her that I won. And so she just crying and screaming. My dad called because he watched the whole thing. And so he saw me, so he called. My brother called. So it was just.
So that's a whole nother celebration.
Yeah, it was just it was just an overflow of emotion and feelings, man. It was such an amazing feeling.
That is wonderful. So now, as you move forward, so when we come to maybe local plays here or the plays that you actually travel, because I'm assuming you still travel with plays now?
Yep.
Okay, how many you got on the docks right now?
So we got one in September called A Secret Line Love, and we'll be in Atlanta doing that one. And that's in September.
Okay. Okay. Now, not to be conceited or head blown out of proportion, right? But it would make sense now when they put you on program, right beside your name, award-winning actor.
Yeah.
Would that be correct? I mean,
that would be correct. That would be correct.
Yeah.
That would be correct. And it's because I'm such a humble guy. Yeah. Like I'm such a humble guy, and I just I never ever wanted to be the type of dude that brags on himself.
Yeah.
And just let that happen. But also it's you also don't want to diminish yourself either.
Right.
You know, and then be too humble to where you don't recognize the work that you put in, because I wouldn't be here if I didn't put the work in. For anybody.
Well, you got to surround yourself with people who don't think that's bragging anyway.
Right, for sure.
Yeah. But people want to celebrate you. That's not bragging.
Yeah.
Right. So and I try not to be the one to mention that or something like that. But if they ask me, then I say we can put that. If that's going to help you sell tickets, if that's going to help you,
and that's why I asked that.
If that's going to help you sell tickets, if that's going to help you, get people in there, by all means, do it. Let's do it.
And I will definitely for the family out there listen, I can definitely co-sign for Draper's humbleness, because that's just the way he carries himself. I mean, he's just that. I'm not saying it because he's on the show. He's actually a good dude. He has a family he takes care of, and he's just grinding, trying to do the best he can. So I will definitely vouch for that.
Facts, appreciate it.
Yeah, but I asked that question too because I know it took me a while, and because you mentioned earlier about people seeing how important that award show is.
Yeah.
Now, it may not be important to us on this side, but in your world, that is important.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, so
For sure.
when I
Open doors.
first started my doing the radio thing, we had an award show, and I thought, nobody cares about this, but I thought about it. Wait a minute. This is media. It's important. I don't care who created it.
Right.
They put money in
Right.
to recognize those who they hear
Yeah.
on the radio.
Absolutely.
So when I won Show of the Year, I was excited.
Man, for
that's
sure.
why every time I
You
get on the
should've been.
bill, every time I get on my night, you hear me say award-winning radio show.
Yes.
Because
You should have been.
I earned this. I mean,
You
it's
earned it. You went to school for it.
There you go.
You put in the time,
Man.
the heart. Yeah.
The whole thing is cooked from scratch. So I'm taking
Right.
that.
Yeah.
I'm putting that on the program.
Yeah, any accolades you got, I'm gonna be my biggest cheerleader regardless.
You have to be. You have to be. And like you said, you got to surround yourself with people that don't look at it as bragging, because they're doing things themselves,
Yeah.
And so, like you said, and in that world, because there's different worlds, you know. So in that world, that's a huge thing, you know. Now, I might not know about it because I'm in the whole acting world, but in that world, it's a huge thing, and whatever happens in my world is a huge
people
thing.
that
And
you
so
follow,
it's just,
and then you got people looking up at you. And they need to see that too. Those that are like struggling or just get into the business, they need to say, "Hey, there's somebody look like me that can do it."
Yeah.
I just got to put the work in. So.
Yeah, and I'm a huge proponent and advocate for that. Like new actors, I mean, I have them DM me all the time. Hey, I just got a quick question. Boom, here's my number. Give me a call. I don't mind. I don't mind because there were actors that did it for me.
Yeah.
And I feel like, okay, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm further along than some people are that want to get there. So I feel like it's only right that if I can help them not go through the mistakes that I made, then they'll be better off. And then I've done my part in giving. So
yeah. And the key is you never ever know who's watching.
And that is such a key. You really never know.
Oh yeah.
You
Right.
really never know.
Because I can only imagine being a part of Washed when it first started. They probably didn't imagine this is going to reach folks at the ISA in California. You just don't know if it's going to be brought up in other circles that you're not in.
It is crazy because I wasn't even in season 1. I was in season 2. And so it got such a buzz from season 1 that I was like, man, I've got to be in this show. I have got to be in this show. And so I finally got to the casting, man, and I did not know that it would end up at this point, from just it being what it was. And so it was just like, man, you just never know where stuff will end up. You just never know who's watching. You never know who's paying attention. And then all of a sudden, man, it just booms from one person.
Yeah, you waking up in the morning, you going to work.
Yep.
You're perfecting your craft.
Yep.
And this is what happens.
And this is what happens.
That's love. That's love. Now, before we take this other break, man, I know that we've of course, myself, seen you in definitely a lot of plays and stuff. I know you've had commercials and so forth. What was one of the biggest roles that you had? When I say biggest, meaning mainstream, like more so out there than outside of the independent.
Oh man, I would have to say my co-star on Walker on the CW. So I was able to do an episode of Walker on the CW.
At the bar. Yeah.
At the bar.
Right, okay.
Yeah. I was at the bar, and I was able to be in a scene and actually have lines. I wasn't just walking through. It was me and the lead characters. So it was Jared Padalecki and Lindsey Morgan.
Yeah.
And we were able to have lines, have some exchange. You know, I even got a couple close-ups in there too. So I think that was my biggest mainstream.
Yeah. And you got to play your own self.
I
they
did.
Called you Winston.
Pretty much they called me Winston in there. So it was pretty cool. Yeah. And that was on the fly. That was on the fly. Yeah. I actually didn't have a name. And so we all kind of got together and we was like, you know, I just think like we all know each other. So if we all know each other, we should be able to call each other names. And so I was like, well, what do y'all think? You know, and they was like, well, let's just go with Winston. I said, sound good to me.
Gotcha. Now when you got that call.
Oh man. So I auditioned for it and I forgot about it. I auditioned for it, I forgot about it. Like I totally forgot that I did the audition.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting somewhere. Oh, I'm at work. My agent calls me. Hey, you booked it. I was like, hey, what did I book? I was like, what did I book? She was like, you book Walker, you shoot next week. We'll send you the details this afternoon. I'll call you later. I was like, all right, thanks, bye.
I've been running around the room, running the praise.
Yeah, and I just, I held my phone, thank God, and it was just like, from then on, nothing else mattered. So
yeah, this is national here.
Yeah.
There's a lot of folks watching. Especially folks in Texas, they love that Walker.
They love that Walker.
Throwback Walker, Texas Ranger with Chuck Norris. They love that. You know what I mean? No, but I saw that clip, man. I was like, man, it's good to see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just knowing how you've been grinding, bam, you land a spot like that, man.
Yeah, man. It was all God, man. Because like I said, I auditioned, I just totally forgot about it.
Yeah.
And but I've also learned that you can't get too high. And you can't get too low in this industry, because there's going to be days and seasons where, you're getting flooded with auditions, flooded with bookings. And then there's going to be seasons to where you don't know.
Yeah.
You might get one or two here and there. You don't know. So, I just learned from, Mamba himself, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, and just keep an even keel and just stay level, stay consistent, and let your habits and your everyday work take over from you being so high and so low. And then you just continue to keep going up and up. And then that's when it takes off.
Man, that's what's up, man. That is what's up, family. We are talking to my man, Mr. Draper Wynston, award-winning actor, Mr. Draper Wynston. Y'all, we'll be right back after my man, Mr. Heavy D. The girls, they love me. Y'all keep it locked right here, man. It's the Redboi Radio Show.
Okay. Content and conversations for the culture. Mixed with classics. On TRBRS.
Who you know do it better?
think this is just a hobby?
Damn, you already know who I am.
Nah, this is radio business.
Turn me up.
Redboi Radio Show. Let go.
All right, that was the overweight lover, Mr. Heavy D. Family, we are talking to my man, the award-winning actor, Mr. Draper Wynston. I got to put the movie voice on there. You see that? You like that? You like that? Yeah.
That's a radio announcer.
Right? So, Dre, let me ask you this, man. When it comes to your acting, and I know you've done many a plays and many a works, is there a particular, I guess, area that you would want to stay in? Like, do you want to be the ladies' man, or do you want to be the villain? What is it that you prefer when it comes to acting?
Okay, I'll put it to you like this. I think my dream role or dream character that I would love to play would be James Ghost St. Patrick on Power.
Okay, Ghost. Okay,
Ghost on Power. That would be my dream. That is because I think that is one. It was so many different layers that he had to play.
Yeah,
for that role. And Omari Hardwick's an amazing, brilliant actor. And I just think that, and the story was well written as well. I mean, it was a great story. But I just think it just looks like he had so much fun doing it. All the things that he did. But I'm talking about, he was a drug dealer, but he was a husband. He was, trying to get out of the drug game. And so he was living this double life that he was living by trying to, then he went into politics. And I mean, he was all over the place, but it was beautifully done. And I think that's one of the characters that I would love to play.
Okay.
The type of character that I would love to play.
And because, a lot of actors, they get to a certain point or do a certain character, and you kind of, every movie or whatever they kind of mirror that same type. So is that what you're looking to be somewhere in that area?
Somewhere in that area, but I also want to be able to show some range. Like my guy Don Cheadle. Okay, Don Cheadle is like my guy. Okay. Watching him, his range is astronomical.
Yeah.
Okay, and I saw that when he did Hotel Rwanda. I was like, oh, this guy's good. This guy can act. And Jamie Foxx. When Jamie Foxx did Ray, I was blown away.
Yeah, because he became him.
He became him, But then we see Jamie Foxx in Collateral. He's a completely different guy.
I can't watch Training Day because I refuse to watch Denzel play bad. I can't do
Really?
it. I can't.
Really?
I don't want to see my favorite actor be bad. So
Really?
And people make fun of me all the time. People done tried to sneak the movie on. I'm like, we're not watching this.
Really?
Yeah,
you just can't watch him be bad.
And they're like, he's really, really good. Like, he's bad, but he's not
the
bad.
acting is good.
And I was like, I can't do it. I can't do it.
It's too real for you.
I'm one of them people see you on the street and be calling you by the name you was playing in the play or something. You be like, that ain't even me. My bad.
No, I got you. And I like Don Cheadle too, because actually, once I started doing this, my favorite movie now, one of my favorite movies is Talk to Me.
Yeah.
Don Cheadle.
Yeah, man.
I can watch it over and over and over again, So, You Talk to Me?
No, I don't know the name of stuff. I don't know.
He's playing. It's a radio movie.
Yeah,
he's playing. Yeah, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Well, now I gotta go watch it.
You do have to go watch it.
I ain't got no job, so go watch it. Go watch.
All right, so now we know you're an athlete. All right, the people who are watching us live, of course, can see that you definitely take care of yourself. You work out all the time.
Yeah.
How about playing like an action type hero?
I do. I want to. Okay. I want to play an action type hero. So I want to do something kind of like Jumanji, right?
Okay.
Kind of like Jumanji, kind of fantasy fun,
like
with The Rock and Kevin Hart. It was action, but it was just kind of fun. But then I also want to do something like Born Identity, right? I want to do that type of like with the martial arts skills and stuff like that. So, which is the scene that you saw where the lady beat me up. Yeah. Well, we trained for that.
Yeah, that's got to be strenuous.
We trained for that for a month and a half. Okay.
Wow.
So does somebody pop in so you don't actually get hit?
Oh, no. You're going to get hit in the training. You're going to get hit in the training every once in a while.
Right.
And so you just, you're training, so you just kind of take it.
Work it out.
You know what I mean? Okay. But we trained for a month and a half for that short fight.
Yeah.
Right? And I didn't like our trainer after that. I didn't like it because I ain't like him. Like after each training session, like I didn't like him. I was like, when we get into the fight, like we weren't preparing for the fight. He was like, no, because he's a martial arts guy. He's like a 3rd or 4th degree black belt or something like that. So he was like, no, you have to understand the fundamentals. So that way it looks good on camera.
Yeah.
I was like, I get it. But I can't feel my legs, man. Like, we doing all these extra calisthenics, man. I didn't.
So you
ask
had to
for
do all
this.
that working out for this part. So would you take a part where you would have to dramatically like change? Like what was that movie? I think 50 Cent had to lose so much weight.
Oh yeah. He lost like maybe 75 pounds.
So would you
or
take a
something
role
like that.
where you had to either gain a whole bunch of weight, because you know Renee Zellweger, she had to gain a whole bunch of weight, or lose a whole bunch of weight? Would you be willing to do that for a role?
Yeah, I would. Just because by now, being an athlete, I kind of understand how my body works. And so I can understand, okay, well, if I go on this 6-week nutrition plan, then I can cut back down to where I need to be. But if I need to bulk up a little bit, then I know what to eat and how to work out.
Right.
So, yeah, I would do it.
Gotcha. Said it. So the trainer had you in there like Mr. Miyagi.
Say, man,
doing stuff that you had nothing to do with the scene, but when you got there, you was fit and ready to roll.
We were ready to go. Yeah, we were ready to go. I was like, man, we did all this for this one little scene, man. But he was like, but you'll understand why. And man, when you look at it, we understood why.
And
afterwards.
now you got that experience. Like that's gotta be an awesome experience. So if they need you for another part with something in there, you got that muscle memory going.
Yeah, and it's fun because you like, I'm training for a movie. You know, you think about it like that. Like even though it hurts, it's like I'm training for a movie. You know what I mean? So when you kind of put it in that perspective, it kind of puts more of the fun back into it.
And so you saw the stuff that you were doing in training in the outcome of the little shot right
Absolutely.
there. You saw
Absolutely. The selling, the realness of it, the feeling of it, and then also it was, if you're gonna doing a fight scene like that, it's kind of like the lovemaking scenes. You have to be able to be comfortable with your partner, with your scene partner, because they kind of got to get close to your face. We're picking each other up, we're throwing each other across the room, so you have to kind of be comfortable with who you're doing this fight scene with, so that it looks real. Because you still have to have chemistry, even though it's a fight scene. You still have to have chemistry in it so that it looks real,
believable.
Yeah. And hopefully next time you do that, you're training to give out a whooping. Instead of receiving one.
Right, and I want to fight a dude.
Right.
I want to fight a dude,
And I gotta ask this question too, because some of y'all who are watching, I'm sure hopefully y'all will follow Draper. You go check the scene out. You go to his website at draperwynston.com. How much money did you not pay? Because that I didn't get out. So you got whooped for how much, man? I just need to know.
How much did I get whooped for?
Because she was missing some money, bro.
She was missing some money. She was. So I didn't pay her $200. I think it was. I think it was $200. I didn't pay her. In the movie.
So 200 was missing, or 5 out of that 200?
No.
Was,
so this. Okay. So this is what it was. So this is what it was. Okay, I got it. So she was missing $300.
Okay.
And I gave her $200. So it should have been $500 in total. So I only gave her $200, and because I was like, "This is all you worth anyway." So you gonna take this $200, and so she ain't like it obviously, but I gave her the $200, and then that was it.
Oh, we're gonna have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, definitely. I want to see. Yeah, it's short lived though.
Right.
It is,
and I say that in the literal sense.
Like,
if you ain't
seriously.
seen it, I want y'all to go watch and check out the film on his website. You'll know what we're talking about. All right, so let go ahead and let me know, man. How did you get into this author thing, and what have you done so far when it comes to authoring?
Gosh, man. So I've always had this, even when I was playing basketball, because I played basketball in college. So even when I was doing that, I always had some type of motivational, inspirational spirit. I wanted people to be better, than what they thought that they could be or thought that they could do. And so I always wanted to just continue to keep motivating people through my own actions and just through words. So you may just tell somebody, hey, have a great day. And that may be all that they need to get through the day.
Yeah.
And so I was sitting around one day, man, and I was just kind of reflecting on everything that I've done. And I was like, man, I've done a lot. And I've done a lot with a family. I've done a lot with having to work. I've done a lot with pursuing a dream, and so I was like, I know that there's other people that are out there that have the same vision. They just don't know how to start. And so that was kind of how I started writing. So the name of the book is called Letters to My Beginnings. And so each chapter has a letter of how I started. So it's kind of, the first one is, the chapter 1 is to how do I begin? And then the second one is, now that I've started, now what? So it's like that. And then I just go into motivating people of, even if you take 5 minutes of your day and work on your dream, that's it. Whatever it is that you want to do, just 5 minutes of it, right? You're going to feel fulfilled in that 5 minutes. And then you're going to grow that 5 minutes to 10 minutes each day, because you can find time to work on your dream. You can find time. The thing is, you let life get in the way, and that's the problem. We let life get in the way. Yeah. We let family, we let kids, we let spouse get in the way. And that's not necessarily saying that that's wrong, but what it's saying is that everybody has a vision of doing something. Yeah. They have a passion for something that's eating at them every single day that they want to do or try. And I'm like, do it. Yeah. Try it. I would rather you go try it and quit than not try it at all, because you won't ever experience it. Because once you try it, that may be the thing that just sparks this whole different trajectory in your life. And you might not have gotten there if you didn't try it. And so it's a motivational book. And so it's a quick read. It's an audio book out too, as well on Audible. And so, so you're able to find it there. It's called Letters to My Beginnings. Letters to My Beginnings.
Okay. So the actual book, where is it?
It's on Amazon. Yeah, it's on Amazon. Yeah, it's on Amazon. Letters to My Beginnings on Amazon, and then you can get the audio book on Amazon too. On Audible. And so we're working on the second edition of it, which is called Phoenix Rising, which is, now that you've started, right, how do you maintain and scale? So
gotcha.
Yeah.
And that's important, because, you make time for what you want, but you got to have motivation for it.
Exactly.
Because I got a whole bunch of stuff rolling up in here. I just got to get some motivation to actually physically do it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I found out is that's the hardest part.
Oh, yeah.
For any and everybody is starting. Is starting, because we'll be like, all right, I'll start tomorrow.
Yeah.
Tomorrow turn into 3 months.
People will ask me, Katrina, well, how y'all started, the charity? And I'm like, we just did it and we figured it out on the way.
And that's
they was
the
like,
best
what?
way.
I was like, we did trial and error, what works and what didn't work, and we just had to start it.
Yeah, that's the best way, because you'll learn, and then that action just builds confidence. Because if you don't start, you just thinking, you just thinking. But then once you start, man, it's like a snowball effect, and all of a sudden you end up in places like this.
Yeah,
there you go. There you go.
If it's and if it's what it's meant to be, like you acting, you'll get your blessings. They just come, and it's hard work, but it becomes easy when the blessings just start flowing. That's when you know you're in the right field, right there. It's when they come, and work is fun.
Work is fun,
and be prepared to fumble every now and then.
Oh man,
it's part of the process. You're going to fumble. You're going to drop the ball in some spaces.
I've learned more lessons from failing than I have from victories.
Yeah, and it's just a part of it, and you can try to get around it, but you can't. It's just a part of it. You're going to fail. You're going to make mistakes. It may not work out, right? But you just keep going, and then eventually it does.
Yeah, you're right. You got to do it. You got to put your foot out there first.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then take them punches.
It's
all good. I mean,
it's all good.
I've been whooped before. I can get whooped again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But you're not going to get where you want to go unless you take a few.
So how long have you been acting till you got your award?
Oh, gosh. Okay. So 2008. So 2008, and this is my first single category award. So I've won ensemble cast, so we all won.
Yeah.
But this was my first. My first. Now, and I tell actors, I don't care what you win. If you win an ensemble, if you win viewer's choice or whatever, order yourself a trophy. Order yourself a trophy and put it up, because you won.
Yeah, right.
You won, and you got to get that feeling of winning. Because they're like, what you mean by? Go on Amazon. Create you a trophy of what you won, whether it was best ensemble or whatever. Create that trophy. It's going to ship to your house, and when you pick it up, you're going to get a feeling.
Yeah,
you're going to get a feeling, and then when you feel that, you're going to like, oh, I want to do this again.
Yeah,
I really believe that's how this new award happened.
Yeah, and I think when, like you said, being humble, you got to block that out at some time, because what you're doing is, and it's okay to celebrate yourself.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
If want nobody to do it for you, celebrate yourself.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with doing, because you see your works. You know, behind the scenes what you put in.
Absolutely.
So like you said, even if it is an ensemble, you were still a part of that ensemble.
Sure
you were
was.
a reason or a portion of why they got that award.
Absolutely.
So if you don't get it, I feel that.
Absolutely.
I'm showing up to do myself too.
I'm telling you. I mean, I don't care what it is, whether it be small or big or whatever in scale to everybody else's eyes.
Right.
If it's a win and you have the opportunity to order yourself a trophy.
Yeah. You got to.
Yeah, celebrate yourself.
Nothing wrong with that at all.
That's a good thing to take.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. So as we sit here today, is there any auditions that you had most recent that you're waiting to hear that call back?
Oh, man.
And again, they need to call them back and say, hey, this is the award-winning actor you're talking. You know what I mean? No, but go ahead.
Yeah, man, I auditioned for a show on BT.
Okay.
I auditioned for a show on BT. So I am waiting on that one.
Okay. Are we allowed to know the details
I
yet?
can't say the name of the show yet.
Okay.
But I did.
Gotcha.
I can say it was on that network.
Okay.
It was on BT. I did audition for another show on ABC. So I'm waiting for that to come back. And so I did just book a national commercial. Got that call yesterday. So so I'm filming that one next week.
We can't know what that is yet either.
No, I can't. Yeah,
that gives y'all more reason to follow him on Instagram, Facebook.
See
so y'all see what
they make us sign all these papers and all this stuff like that. Before we can release, what we say. But I do have one coming up that I filmed in December called House of Lies, which is coming to Lifetime. So that'll be on Lifetime in the summer. That'll be on Lifetime in the summer. So
cool. What is that about?
That's one of those. It's one of those, man, dramas.
Okay.
It's a true Lifetime story, man. It's a true Lifetime story. Killing, cheating.
To look for him.
It's a true Lifetime story. Killing, cheating. Espionage, hiding. It's one of those. It's a true
since we're gonna keep it
Lifetime
100
story
because you in it. I will watch Lifetime. Outside of that,
now see, I don't watch TV, but I like me some Lifetime, boy. I like some Lifetime.
And there's an audience for that, man. There's an audience for Lifetime. I did not realize how huge Lifetime is. The audience and the fan base of Lifetime.
Yeah.
Oh man,
my
they
daughter
are loyal.
and her big mama will lay in the bed and watch Lifetime all
Really?
Oh,
day.
they are loyal when it comes to Lifetime, man. Oh yeah.
And we know, some of them shows and the acting, some of them ain't that great. The wigs ain't that great, but baby, you can't turn away from it, and you already know what's gonna happen, but you still gotta watch it.
What they got them Tyler Perry, Shamar Moore? Is that bad? Is it that bad?
She gonna get mad. She gonna steal your baby, and they gonna find out who she is. But you still gotta watch.
Oh,
Lord.
Man, look at here. I can't do. I try, but me and Lifetime, we just don't. I just, I
miss Lifetime.
I watch
with
it
you
every
though,
now and again. If they got something that's a story that I'm already most aware of, because didn't the Clark sisters wasn't they on the Lifetime?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
so
that was do
easy.
some almost true to life stories.
And I watched. I forgot the name of the character, but I interviewed Little Mama at Essence Festival.
Yeah,
and her movie was coming out, so I did go and watch that only because I spoke to her. So I said, okay, let me see how well she did, and it was a true story as well.
You gotta watch them true stories because they be ridiculously wrong.
Yeah,
they be wrong.
Them Whitney Houstons and the people they be getting to play.
Yeah,
you be like,
see, that's the hard part for us.
But you gotta watch it.
When you know someone personally, I say personally, when you watch them and you follow their career and you see somebody play them, you can kind of get irritated because it's not what you want from that person.
Be.
Yeah.
That's like right now everybody's going off on, which I think is sad, going off on Viola. For playing Michelle Obama
for doing
because of the lips.
Yeah.
But that's who Michelle Obama
That's who Michelle Obama is.
So she embodied her
remember them
character.
lips that bold.
She does all the time. I remember. I remember Michelle pointing and doing her lips.
Yeah. When she's on Ellen doing the Cabbage Patch, her lips out. So
she didn't have that lipstick on or something. But I don't know. I'm gonna leave it alone.
She embodied the character.
Let me tell you, she getting paid. So it is what it is.
Right.
I ain't even mad at her.
Viola. She's one of the most brilliant actresses out there. So. I mean, she played her, so don't get mad that she played her.
She did play Michelle.
She played Michelle.
She played Michelle, and we know that Viola's been underrated for so long. She should have 2 or 3 Oscars at this point.
Easy,
So I got to give props where props due, but I get it. Yeah, if you and I watch Lifetime, I'll make sure I put the DVR on Lifetime because I barely even go in there and look at it.
Man, I understand. I haven't seen a Lifetime movie since, I don't know, I think was the Michael Jackson story, the American Dream might have been on there a couple times.
Jackson,
the trilogy.
Yeah,
I think that was on there once or twice, and so that's the time I watched it. But I don't.
Now that come on every year on somebody. It's on VH1. It's on something. Yeah, that's.
Let me get bored. I'm watching Lifetime.
You watching Lifetime?
You have to catch me bored. Meaning I had to be turned the channel, and the scene was like, oh, that's interesting, and where I don't even realize it's on Lifetime. That's how you get.
That's
me.
How you.
Yeah. Outside of that, we cool. But that's exciting, man. Especially when you start talking about, like you said, Lifetime, because there's an audience for that.
Yeah.
BET and so forth. So, dude, hey, like they say, you on your way.
But Lifetime is mainstream. Don't let them tell you Lifetime is mainstream.
We know
People gonna watch
it. It is, and
they'll see you off of that.
Yeah, and it's a new audience for me.
Yeah,
it's a new audience for me, and that was one of the reasons I was really excited about it, because it's a new lane, and it's a new set of viewerships that I didn't have before. So I'm actually really excited about that one.
Now, real quick, what type of role is this for you? Like, are you?
Man, I was a detective.
Okay,
so I was a detective. Okay. So I didn't die in the movie. So I was.
That's good.
I didn't die. I didn't get beat up. I was actually one of the good guys. So I was actually pretty cool about that.
So no slaps on that.
No slaps or nothing. Yeah, no slaps, no beating up or nothing, man. I was I was proud of myself because I was actually.
You didn't train to get a whooping.
No, right. I didn't train to get a whooping, and I made it through the whole movie.
Right.
So how long is that filming? So Lifetime movies, they spit them out, or they take a long time?
We got this one. I was on set for 4 days. But I think it was only maybe a 3-week shoot, maybe. So maybe probably 15 days.
They put them out way quicker
probably 15
than regular
days.
stuff.
Yeah, probably 15 days. I mean, the Lifetime formula is kind of, you have a story, and it's not really complex, and it's really story driven. That's what it really is. It's not really about the locations. It's not going to be a whole lot of fight scenes, and car blow-ups, actions, and stuff like that. It's going to be real story driven. And so that makes it kind of easier to shoot and easier to get done than, this massive movie where you got, people jumping out of planes and all that stuff, special effects and all that. And most Lifetime stories don't have any special effects.
Oh,
it's just
not
at all. So it makes
just the wigs.
Just the wigs, Right. And so that makes it very easy to shoot that fast.
Yeah,
gotcha. That's what's up.
Well, I love to see people of color on Lifetime because it was years back. Because I'm a Lifetime for like 20-something years. And it was years back where there was one in a holiday season a year.
Yeah,
and there's mixed couples on Lifetime now.
I was
like, whoa, y'all done got mainstream up here.
Everybody now. Yeah, I found that if a grown man or a husband is home watching Lifetime, he got in trouble.
That's
how I'm gonna put it. So.
Baby, come sit down.
Come sit down and watch this. Yeah, he got in trouble.
Yeah. He ain't doing something he's supposed to be doing. Yeah. But either way, now no matter how you look at it, whether it's Lifetime, headquarters, that was a Hallmark channel, my brother.
Appreciate it.
People gonna see your face.
Yeah, man.
And that's the most important thing, because you're doing your thing, and someone sitting at a table said, "That's the guy we want."
Yeah.
So either way, man, that's wonderful, man.
Thank you, man.
Before we get ready to close out this show, just go ahead and give everybody tell them how to follow you on social media and so forth, and anything you got come up that you can speak about.
Okay,
go ahead and let them know. Yeah.
All right, for sure. You can follow me across all social medias. I am D Wynston, so I am D Wynston on everything: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and then coming up. So coming up. I have 2 films that we're wrapping over the next week. So Sunday we're wrapping Lover's Revenge, and so that'll be hitting streaming platforms probably in the fall. And then we'll be wrapping Forbidden Daughter, which is a faith-based film with DeMarcus Bailey.
Okay.
And we'll be wrapping that next week, and so that'll be in the fall. I call DeMarcus Bailey. He's like the Master P right now of Dallas. I mean, he is putting out movies after movies, so I'm really proud of him. So that's what we got going on. That's what I got going on right now, and then to play in April. So I may take a small 2-week break in May, because I have been going since it was April. Yeah, I've been going since February. So
wow.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take a small break.
Yeah, but it
just
pays
a
off,
week.
though,
Yeah.
It pays off in the end. Yeah,
it does. It does. And being a family guy.
Yeah.
With my kids. Like this morning, I saw them, woke them up 6:30 before they went to school, and I told them last night, I said, hey, Daddy's got to go out of town. Daddy has to go film a movie, and so I'll see you when I get back. And so they hug me. But now they've gotten to this thing, hey, what you bringing me back? Like, hold on, man. Like, wait a minute. Like, what you mean, what am I bringing you back? Like, you just hugged me. You know what I'm saying? Daddy's going out of town. But I was like, all right, I'll bring you back some candy or something. So
that's what my daddy used to do. He used to bring us a bag of whatever he was from, chips or whatever, and he'd dump it on the table. Y'all work it out.
Yeah.
There you go.
And that was the best gift.
Yeah, that was all. They just want something from where I'm coming from.
Right.
That's it.
Exactly.
Wherever I go out of town, they just want something where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
So.
Now how the kids actually downloaded that dad's an actor. Like really,
oh
this is
man,
his profession. And
my daughter,
my
daughter has kind of ran with it at her school. Like it is crazy. She was like, so she's 8. She's about to turn 9.
Yeah.
And so like we were talking earlier before the show, these kids are pretty advanced when it comes to technology,
big
right?
Big time. Yeah.
So she looked me up on her school's iPad. She showed all her friends. And she was like, y'all, my daddy's famous. Look. And so now all of a sudden I'm the famous daddy that's coming to the school now. I'm that guy, And so she's really taking it on. And my son, he's taking it on too. And, he's the athlete. So my son is the athlete. My daughter, she's very into the arts. She likes to dance and do all that stuff. And so a couple times when I get a chance, I try to take them with me out of town. So when I went to film, I got to take them to Oklahoma. And so they were actually able to be there. And so that kind of helps with the process of me being gone so much.
Yeah.
But, man, they've really embraced it. They love it. They love it. They love watching me on TV and, and showing their friends. And so it's funny. It's funny.
It is.
It's funny. It's kind of weird,
yeah,
but it's a good feeling.
But that's what they know. That's what they see.
Exactly.
Whether you think about it or not, you're actually putting that into them, the work ethic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even though you may not be home, they're going to know you out there working regardless.
Exactly.
So this is what Daddy had to do in order to make sure we still get them good plates.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We ain't just eat noodles and hot dogs.
Exactly.
We eat good over here.
Yeah. I was like, y'all see all this. Hey,
right. Right.
I got to go out there to go get it for this.
Yeah. I know when I first started, Ray used to tell everybody, hey, my daddy has a radio show. You want to buy one of his T-shirts? And he would just tell random people on the street that we didn't know yet, but that's how I realize that's how he's affected by what he sees.
Yeah,
that's
absolutely
what he sees. So that's a wonderful thing, man. But definitely, hey man, I appreciate
thank y'all for having
you
me.
coming through, man. It's been a wonderful time speaking to you, man. I hope you'll stick around for another episode,
for sure,
man, so we can have a conversation.
For sure.
So family, I hope y'all enjoyed as well. Make sure y'all follow my man on social media. Make sure you go to his website, check out his film reel. And just look for him. You'll never know when he'll pop up, man. You just never know. Before we go out here, we're going to pass to my girl, Anjelie. I want her to tell you about a great organization that she has called One Race, and we would love for y'all to donate.
Oh, hey. So, I didn't know he was going to throw me in the mix right there.
I always want to.
Okay, so me and Katrina Clark, she's on my Facebook page. We have a Facebook page. It's called One Race. And so we feed the homeless in Dallas, or when we go traveling, we do vacation a lot. We bring the bags with us, too, on the way, and we'll go and pass them out, too.
Yeah.
So anytime anybody wants to come help make bags, donate food, want to come roll around when we go pass them out, hey, hit me up on Facebook.
There we go. The reason why I passed it is because I want us to be radioactive around here. We ain't just sitting here talking. We want to do something. We want to do something good for the people. Okay. All right. So, again, folks, thank you all for tuning in. We appreciate the love so much. But before we get out of here, let me leave you with this, family. I would hope that throughout this journey, the thing called life, that you seek and find your purpose. And once you find that purpose, do anything and everything you can to live in that purpose and do both of those things on purpose with a purpose. I love y'all, and I will holler at y'all on the next episode. Peace.
Redboi Radio Show. We'll see you here next time.